Well, fed up with the poor education system and no way to get rid of terrible teachers, students and parents in New York are taking action against the unions and their tenure rules. They've now filed a lawsuit to overthrow tenure, some tenure laws anyway. This comes just weeks after the landmark anti-tenure ruling in pro-union California. Sam Pirozzolo is the vice president of the New York City Parents Union, and he joins us now. Sam, thanks a lot for coming on.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So, a judge in California basically said the union tenure made it very difficult, maybe impossible, for poor kids to get a good education, and on those grounds scaled it back. You're hoping for something similar here?
We're absolutely hoping for something similar and to have this conversation. So, I mean, let me just say, from the outset that this is not about attacking teachers. This is not about attacking unions. This is about providing the minimum education required by the New York State Constitution to educate our children. And the law basically offers protections of tenure for competent and innovative teachers. We are not opposed to that. What we're saying is that if you are not a competent or innovative teacher, you don't have the right to protection by tenure, and we want to have you replaced.
But isn't any system that guarantees you a lifetime job bound to breed mediocrity? I mean, I know getting fired always makes me a better employee. Any job from which you can't be fired is probably going to be a pretty mediocre job, no?
Well, it's definitely very difficult. The problems we have here is that we cannot replace teachers fast enough because of all these rules. It takes 3 years and about $300,000 to remove one teacher. There's a study done from 1997 to 2007 that in any given year with 75,000 teachers on the job, up to 12 in any given year were replaced.
Total?
Total. Of 12 per year, possibly.
That's unbelievable. So nobody's going to defend that in public. This is about money. I mean, they give massive amounts of money to Democratic politicians. That's what this is about, is it not?
So if you'd like me to come back with a money trail, I'm sure that we can find a money trail from the United Federation of Teachers to, as you're saying, as to the politicians in New York State. And that's the problem. So, I mean, first, let me thank John Tribbiano. He's our attorney from Staten Island, and I want to thank you, John, for helping put us on the map as far as this issue is concerned. But we have no place to go but to the courts. Parents do not have a seat at the table in New York City as far as setting education policy. And we are the stakeholders. It's our children for the last generation after generation after generation who are not being educated properly. There's a huge disparity between minority school locations and non-minority school locations. And this report that I'm bringing you this morning from the Annenberg Institute and CEJ lays out specifically that about 80% of our students cannot perform at grade level. Okay, so when do we take action? If 80% isn't enough, is it 85%?
It's unbelievable.
Is it 90%? So thank you to Jonathan again, but we're looking to have this conversation, and we are extremely focused. Anyone who thinks that this is about hedge funders and Wall Street, they don't know me. They don't know the New York City Parents Union, and they don't know who we are.
Well, the politicians who protect the unions and tenure all send their kids to private schools anyway, so they're insulated from this nonsense. Sam, good luck. Well, I'm definitely rooting for you for whatever it's worth.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for coming on this morning.